Hi everyone, welcome back to my another story time. I vlogged this before, but I ran out of storage, and moreover, the sound was too much, and I was not getting the vibes. So I deleted it again, and I'm doing it here. I'm doing it again in my story time. So for this story time, like I posted, I think I posted on my, not I think, I did post it on my Instagram saying that I'll make a story time about a friend group that traumatized me, or did I traumatize them? Traumatize, or did I traumatize them? So, for this story time, you have to keep in mind that I am not the good person, neither they are. So I will leave you guys as the spectators and as the judges to decide who is what and who is what not. Like, you guys will judge, because back then I was also not, as I said, like I was not, my decisions and all that. It was, I was young, so I was also not the best person, and they were also not the best person. So no hate to anyone. So basically, this incident happened in my first semester in college, when I was in first semester, and I gave my first semester exam, and I was going back home. Now, in order to understand that, we have to go back to my higher secondary days. I keep talking about my higher secondary days. I keep talking about Greenwood, but that was where, the trajectory of my life, it came all together. It was my Roman Empire. It was, most of the character development, most of the realization, most of the, do's and don'ts of life hit me. So we have to go back. So before that, let's go back to class 11, when I was a fresher in Greenwood. So when I was a fresher in Greenwood, on the first day, I was the only person who came so late. I took admission in science, and I got concession. Like I mentioned in my previous story time, I was debating whether to go to Little Star or to Greenwood. I filled the form for Little Star, and I was almost to go to Little Star, but the thing is, Greenwood was, just it. The moment I entered the campus, like, I love the campus, and Little Star has no campus, and Greenwood, like the name, it is lush and green. So I took the admission there, and moreover, in Little Star I was not getting concession and all that, but in Greenwood I was getting concession for my hostel, for the main hostel, for the admission fees, for like free books, free uniform, because of the because of the matriculation marks and all that. So the admission was for science, it was around 27,000, but I only had to pay 3,000, including the books and all that. I got all that. And for hostel, the admission, including uniforms, the bed sheets and everything, it was 20,000 exact, but I had to pay only 4,000. So in total I paid around 7,000 for the whole Greenwood team. So it was like go for me. Like, my parents are not spending much, and like, I'm getting so much offer, so I took that offer and I joined Greenwood. Okay, so before, like I told you that I was the last person to arrive on the day of arrival, on the day of reporting to the hostel. I was the last one. Before going to the hostel, I went to shopping with my parents. Hostel shopping, they give us a list to what to buy and what to bring. So we were buying all that. And mind you, my parents did not pay, like, I did not let my parents, spend a penny on me, because I got so much. I got 10,000, around 10,000 from my villagers, for the felicitation and all that, from relatives and all that. So I had around 10,000 rupees. So I bought everything from that money, like from head to toe. I bought everything. My parents did not pay a single penny. Now, when I went to the hostel, they give us a form wherein, like, we have to buy this, we have to follow this, and then in the end of the form, it's clearly written that the parents are not allowed to give the children, to give your wife money. That we are not allowed to have money inside the hostel, because besides that list of things, we are given a card, and that card is worth 1,500 rupees, and every second Saturday we can recharge that card. So with that, if there's any emergency, if you want to buy something, we can use that card to buy the things. So my dad, when he was leaving, he was fishing out from his purse to give me this amount, but I was like, Dad, no, I don't need that money. Like, it's clearly written here that we are not allowed to use money, and I did not have any single penny with me. I was like, follow the rules and all that. So I didn't take any money from my dad, and my dad also, like, he took the money back. So I went penniless inside the hostel, and on that first day, since I was already late, there was this person, this caretaker, who dropped me to my room, to the dorm, and he put up my thing, and he was telling me to go go to the dining hall. And then the dining hall was so big. I think there were around 300 students. So it was more like a residential school. So there were 300 students. It was almost like on my first day of Hogwarts, but it was nothing like Hogwarts, but the way the sitting placement, the people with all the uniforms, it was like Hogwarts for me. So at first, before that point, I used to be so confident throughout my life. I'll participate in debate, I'll participate in extempore speech, I'll participate in this and that, I'll speak my mind out. But as soon as I saw the crowd of people, I was like, ye kaha aa gaya me. All my confidence left me. Because I was wearing, at the time, in Nagaland, this Nagaland shop XXX was trending, so I bought a t-shirt from that Nagaland shop XXX with the name Treasure written on it, with fire, with that white t-shirt. So I went and I was like, kaha bertu me, kaha bertu, like I can't go and sit with the girls, obviously, and the boys, I was not comfortable. So I just went and sat with, I heard some of the groups, there were some Sema groups sitting together. So I heard them speaking. So since I can understand the language and, I'm familiar with them, I just went and sit with them. And it was so awkward because they were like looking me up and down, because I keep telling you guys that my pimples were so much during that time. Like, it's not that I am complimenting fishing. Some of you guys are saying that you are so pretty, why would you say that and all that? I am not complimenting fishing, and I'm not fishing for compliments, and I don't have time for that. But really, I was really insecure. I'll attach a photo of how I looked in Greenwood, so you can know like where my insecurities are coming from. So I lost so much weight at that time, and I was really pale and all that. So that was how I entered Greenwood. Now I was in science, I was so dedicated, but I was burning out because I'm not used to, science. If you take science, you cannot be smart. You cannot only be smart, you have to be dedicated, you have to be diligent, whatever you are pursuing. So practice is needed. Like, every day you have to do this much amount of work. I was doing it, but I was burning out, so I wanted to shift to art. So I was talking to the principal and all that. Everything was going on so much. And then the hostel was so toxic. Like, people keep on saying that you have changed a lot after you went to college. Like, but I was the same in like class 10 and all my life, but I was like this. But Greenwood, sometimes you have to play pretend. You have to be not yourself in order to survive somewhere. So, now it might not seem so important now that I'm not in Greenwood, but back then it was like so much pressure, so much, the toxicity was so much. Because they were like seniority people. One guy would come with a blanket and he was like, and he'll be like, you are a junior, respect, demanding for respect. By him, salah. There was so much demanding for respect, salah. And then, like, since we are junior, we can't do anything but to comply to those rules. And it was too much. And even among the batchmates, they were like, ew. Like the popular students or the students, the same batch who knew the senior, they would have special treatment and all that. So if you are ever planning to join Greenwood, please, even if you join, please don't be, please don't join the men hostel, or please just don't take admission in Greenwood. Achana karape, bakwase. The campus is nice and all that, but it's so toxic. The teachers, the friend group, there will be so much, Greenwood. Like, I have never seen any other school having that much amount of drama like Greenwood has. Now, in class 11, I met so let's name him Ash. So Ash, when I first saw him, I was like, yes, I want to be friends with Ash, but I was not desperate. But it was some good vibes that Ash gave me. The moment I looked at him, it was like coming home. But and then Ash and we talk and we are becoming friends. And I really care about Ash a lot. I still really do. Like, Ash was like, now in present context, we fight a lot, but still then we eventually met up. Like, and no matter how much hate I harbor for him, like, he became this integral part of me that I cannot let him go. Like, he is an important friend. He is like my best friend. He is like my true friend. So, and I don't have any that level of friendship with other people. So we fight, but we make up. So Ash is like a really important friend to me. And even back then, Ash was like now people say that you have changed. But I have to change because of the incident that took place in the coming story. So Ash, and I became friends. And what, like, I really care for Ash a lot. Like, whenever he tells me his stories or whatever he says, I cry. I feel bad. Like, I sympathize with him a lot. But was that the case for Ash? I don't know, because all this happened now. That is Ash. We will come back to that later. So, I shifted from science to arts, and then I meet, like, I already know these friends. Let's name her Amanda. So I already knew Amanda when I was giving my class 10 exams. Amanda and we exchanged our contacts, like we exchanged WhatsApp numbers and we were texting. We were friends. So when I shifted to arts, Amanda was the only person that I knew personally. Now Amanda had other friends called, let's name them Karen and Lydia. So Lydia and Karen were Amanda's friends. Lydia was Amanda's roommate. Now, eventually I'll become friends with all of these people, but I became very close with Lydia, and also I became very close with Karen. Now, because Amanda and we are good friends, like we are like that kind of academic friends, so she was serious about her academics. She wanted to go to DU, I wanted to go to DU. So that is how Amanda, like that is the friendship line for us. Now Lydia and I, we became friends through history textbook, because that time it was, the COVID thing was still going on, and boys and girls will go to school on alternate days. If girls goes on Monday, the boys goes on Tuesday. And thankfully, with one other guy that I don't know about, we were with the girls, girls section. I was already in arts at this point, so I would go to school with the girls. Now the girls, since I was the only guy, I was able to sit with the girls. I don't have to sit with that guy and talk about some boring thing, and moreover his bread stanks. He had some, I don't know, it was like I have to cover my mouth. So whatever that is, but no judgment, but still that I was suffering, so I planned to sit with the girls. Now when I was sitting with the girls, so Lydia, she forgot her history textbook. So now Amanda asked me if I had an extra history textbook, or if if I can ask anyone an extra history textbook. So I went, like, because like I mentioned, the boys are like in my previous story time that about the Star House. So the boys' dorm was near the Star House, and it was close to the school, to the humanities block. So I went and I got a textbook and I gave it to Lydia, and that's how Lydia and I became friends. Like now we are like getting together, we are getting along very well. Lydia will write my notes because I'll be absent for so many days, and I was absent. The reason why I was absent was like I was bunking the classes. I was running away from hostel for the main character vibes. I was reading the Looking for Alaska by John Green at that time, and I was like, I have to do this for my character development, for the stories and all these things. So I used to run away from the hostel, and then mind you, the security in Greenwood is so like, it's so strict. Like the gatekeeper, even if we cross the gate, we will have to pay 3,000, and then we will get beaten, and then we have to bring our parents, and then if we do it twice, we will get expelled. And then there were so many cameras around. It was like South Korea. So the security in Greenwood is so strict, but still then I was like, I had good impression on the warden, on the superintendent, on the teachers, so nobody really cared where I went. So I used to run away, and I'll go out with my friends, who are outside. I'll party with them, we'll party, or sometimes I'll just go out and I'll spend my night in a hotel, with reading different books for the main character vibes, okay? So I used to just run away for a little getaway, and I'll come back the next day, because when I'm running away, I'll take my school bag, or not school, I'll take my bag with me, and inside the bag I'll have uniforms and all the essentials. So I'll just dress and then I'll come with the day shift. So it was like I was enjoying when I was running away. Like it was like I was doing everything that I want. So now and moreover, besides that, I have suicidal tendencies at that time. Like everything was so depressing, and then whenever everything gets too overwhelming, the only thing I know what to do is run away from that situation. Bad job. So I used to run away. Now, like that is why I was missing so many classes and my notes. And then Lydia would help me write my notes, and Lydia and I became very friends. And then now skipping to class 12. Amanda and we got very close, but Lydia and we got very close, and Karen, and then there's all these people, we are getting very close, like we are getting like besties, yay. And then since Lydia, Karen, and Amanda, we were in the same section, But I used to sometimes, a healthy fight, or I don't know, whatever. Because Amanda and Lydia, they used to, sometimes look down on me, or, say something rude. But since I did not want to let that friendship go, I used to ignore it, or sometimes I'll just, reply back, but like I'll just fight for myself, fight for myself. But like I would eat up in a joke because I don't want it to get serious. So because and more of Amanda and I, we fight a lot, but still then we don't get, our friendship is healthy. But Lydia, she doesn't say much, but when she does, like, we fight, but we will end up on good terms because I try to make it on good terms. But I had this problem because whenever I have some problem going on, I never had anyone to stand for me. I have to always stand for myself. No parents, no friends, no one. Like, I had no one to stand for me because I'm now used to fighting for myself. Now, because I don't know what kind of friends I make. Whenever I do something wrong, that friends, like, they become silent, चुप हो जाता है, कुछ नहीं बोलता मेरे लिए, like, they won't fight for me. So I don't know, like, so Karen was that friend. Like, Karen, she had so many problems. Guys, I'm running out of storage again and again, so I have to hurry up. So, मैं कहा था, oh yeah. So Karen never took a stand for me. She would be in the same room, same class, same bench, but she never took a stand for me when they say anything. So, I feel like she wouldn't even say anything to me or even to them, So what's the point of being friends? And it's not like she was best core friends with them. They would bitch about each other to me. But Amanda never bitched about them. Amanda was not into that bitching and all that. But still then, the others, Lydia and Karen and everything, they hate each other, but they're still friends. So, Lydia had some other friends in another section. Let's name them Mina and Anjali. So Mina and Anjali were best friends. Like, they were like chick and all that. So they're like best friends. And then I don't have anything much against Anjali because Anjali was like, I respect her and I need someone like her in my life because she's like, whatever anyone says about Mina, she will fight for Mina. Not only through words, but through action also. She was like true friends for Mina. She was there for Mina. So Mina and Anjali were friends from different sections. So Mina, she likes my friend Ash. So she was good to me. She was friends with me. But she would say things like, if you do this for me, if I start dating Ash, I would give you guys this. So it was like, हमको इतना cheap बना दिया. And then they keep saying that these people are so cheap, so shallow, so this. But, girl, look at yourself first. So, and all that, even after that fight, there must be some words. Because she would give things, and then at the time we had no idea, so we were just taking. So now after that, like, I should have never taken all those things. But, now the story goes on, like, these people are so cheap. So now all these things are happening. And, I would do and die for Ash. Like, Ash was my everything. Ash was my friend, my brother, my family. But now Ash had some other friends joining the main hostel. And those people were, like, very close with the wardens. And then the wardens are very partial. The wardens, मेरा माथा गर्म हो जाता है. They will look at, like, where are you coming from? Where, like, what status? ऐसा क्या ना? I just hate Greenwood. So they are coming, and then they have been friends since high school. Now, after when, like, Ash would keep on talking about them 24/7, even when we talk. Like, I was just there. I was just maybe a one-time friend. I felt that way, and then they came, and then when they came and joined the hostel, Ash started avoiding me. Like, whenever they are having conversation with that friend, with that group of friends, and whenever I come, Ash would just, go away or avoid me, pretend like I'm not there, ignore me. And I felt so, like, and then I'll be there in the study hall alone because no one wants to be friends with me. Such a loser, right? I was like so lonely. Like, I mean, the only friend that I trusted and all that is avoiding me. So I don't know, like, I don't know how to process that. I don't know. At the time, I was really sad. And now, even when I think about it, maybe that's the reason why I've changed. That's the reason why I'm this way. So, yeah, जाने दो, like, whatever happened. I don't know, क्यों हुआ. But yeah, I felt bad. Like I felt ignored. I felt like maybe if I were prettier, if I were like the other friends, maybe I would have been accepted. Maybe I would have been good friends. Maybe I would be someone that some people like the friends that my friends would die for, like would speak up for me, would fight for me. But I had none of that. I had none of that. So I was genuinely so hurt. And then those friends, and then Lydia will in the next, like when the story is enclosing, Lydia will start dating Ashka, one of the friends. Let's name him Genda. So this Genda, I hate Genda. Okay, so this Genda and the friends were saying that Ash is hanging out with me. That's the reason why Ash is becoming gay. Like, what the fuck? That was really offensive because I'm not here to influence anyone. I'm not here, I don't know. That was like they would say all these things, and everyone in school, even the wardens, would call Ash separately and tell him you should not hang out so much with Tino, because if you hang out with Tino, your everything is like changing. You are changing. You are turning into a different person. So please avoid. So maybe I understand Ash for what he did and why he did, because at that time we were all in a stage where we have to where we have to protect ourselves, we have to fend for ourselves. But I was still hurt genuinely. Now, all this thing happened and we gave our exams, and apart from that, everything was beautiful. The friendship with Amanda, with Lydia, with Karen, everything was beautiful. We finished our exams and we went back home. And over that time, Lydia and I became very close. Lydia, she started dating Genda, and then she would tell me and how she misses her ex, but still then she's dating Genda, and I was anti-Genda, okay? I hated Genda. Now I don't hate him, but I hated Genda. Like, I just don't like him. He was not the person for me. So I was like, you should just follow your heart, do this. And she was that kind of friend wherein, even on call, even on text, or even on in person, we vibed. She was matching my vibe, and we became very close. Now also at the same time, I came down to Dimapur again for a computer coaching. I went to that coaching with my dad on the first day for doing the admission, and the next day I came back and I asked for the coaching money back, that I want to withdraw my money, I want a refund. So I took the money and I was enjoying spending time with my friends, with Karen, with Ash, and then with the other friend who was in the colony with me. So now, everything was going fine, smooth, and one day, Mina, she called me and she said, let's go to this college, because CUT exam was still not happening, and then I have no intention of staying back in Nagaland. My intention was just to get out from Nagaland. So, but in Nagaland, the admissions were going on. So I went with Mina and her family. We did the admission, and after that, we were hanging out in cafe, and then we were, having a good time. And then she was bitching about this Lydia, her boyfriend, and all that. And I was also bitching. I'm not saying only she's bitching, but I was also bitching because I don't like Glenda. Now, after all that thing happened, like the CUT exam happened, my results got out, and all that thing, and now I have to go to DU. I have to go, I already did, like I told you, I already did admission in San Antonio without my parents knowing, and even my friends, they did this, Karen and Ash, they did admission in San Antonio. But now since the DU result came out and I got selected, now my parents are telling me to go to DU, but I was like telling my friend Karen and Ash, they were not very happy with the decision, because we planned that, friends for life, we will go to the same college and all that, but now I'm changing my decision. So they were hurt, I suppose, and maybe they were like, I felt that they were, if I don't go with them, they would be disappointed in me. So I had to go with them. And so in that hassle decision, I took the decision to go to, to decline DU and go to Shillong with them. So I did that and I came to Shillong, and now we are in Shillong. Okay? So now when we are in Shillong, all the thing happened, and even Ash and we would have some silly fights, and still then we would make up. But Ash was friends with Genda, because Genda, okay, now, and Lydia and I, we were still talking on call. We were still making plans of how we would meet after, how we would meet during the vacation and all that. So And Lydia, she did not come to Shillong. She was planning to come to Shillong, but she did not. She went to the same college as Mina. Now, Mina and Lydia, since they were in the same college, but Mina had some different groups, different friend groups from the previous school. So, Lydia, she told me that she was feeling ignored, Mina has changed. And prior to that, Mina would tell all these things about Lydia to me. And when we were fighting, I did not mention a single thing about that to Mina, because I did not like हमारा friendship तो हो गया पर I'm not destroying another's friendship. So that Lydia told me about Mina, I did not tell to Mina when we were fighting. Lydia would bitch about this Mina. She's like that. If a guy likes her, and then if the same guy likes me also, she will get offended. She will act, she will start acting different. She will start acting like a pick me in front of everyone. So Lydia would tell me everything about this Mina is like that, yeah, I kept it with myself, I never told. And mind you, during the exam, Lydia, Mina and all these things, they were having some, things against each other. I did not know anything about it. Lydia told me that Mina has this relationship problem, all these things, involving all these things. I kept quiet. I did not say anything and I did not know about it. And Lydia was the person to tell me about all of those things about Mina to me. And since Mina and Ash, they got really close, okay? And I don't know, they got close. So Mina would tell about her, family problems to Ash, and Ash would tell me, not in a way, let me clarify, not in a way like Ash and I are bitching about it and then we're laughing, haha, hee hee, but they would tell me, and I was like, oh, so sad for her. Ash told me that. Lydia told me that. I was never the one, knowing anything about Mina prior to that, but they told me and I knew that. So now, Lydia, coming back to the first semester, Lydia was, having some problems with Mina being like this, being a bitch, and she's like, I don't have any friends, so I will talk to you and all that. I'll talk to you and Amanda. I met Amanda, Lydia, and we made a WhatsApp group, and we were so close. So, at times when Ash and I would have some, we would have some problems together, we wouldn't just talk, we would just ignore each other. And at that time, even if I have problems, because now that I'm in a different place, I was like, I cannot always be begging for his friendship anymore. I have other friends, I have other priorities, so it does not matter to me. It did not matter much to me anymore back then, and I was still, somehow I was still hurt by what Ash did to me, like how Ash made me feel during my Greenwood days. So now, you can say I'm a different person now. So when Ash and I have all those things, I always kept quiet. I never said anything. I'm on 24/7 call with Lydia, but I never said anything to Lydia about Ash and all that until, when Lydia, one day she mentioned that Ash was, Ash and I confronted to each other about it, and then he said that it was not bitching, but the way Lydia told me at that time was like, Ash told me now that you are like this, you are like that, bitching about me, you are still blaming, for not able to go to that, for not able to go, for not joining the U and all that, you are still blaming me, and you treat him very badly, That was the word, so you treat him very badly, and I was like, treat him very badly? Ye kya bol raha hai? What the fuck is that? Now, since after that, I felt something towards Ash, the anger became more, and I was telling Lydia that, I don't know, I just want to get out of this place. I cannot stay, or I cannot be friends with Ash anymore. And Lydia was there for me and all that. Now, Ash and I were completely not talking. Now remember Anjali, since Anjali also in the same place as me, we used to go to Anjali's house. Now Anjali, she gave me something, and then I took it, and Ash wanted to take the thing, and it was not my thing, so I gave it to Ash. But now, back then, it was before the fight. So now, when the fight was about to happen, Anjali asked me why I gave you that, why are you not using it, and why is Ash using it? And I was like, yeah, but at the time, since I wanted to do something, and this is my fault, okay, since I wanted to make Ash feel bad, I told Anjali that we will do this, and you text me this, and you do this. So Anjali also did the same thing. That's my fault. I admit that. Now, Anjali and I planned all these things. Even Lydia was there; she knew about it, and so we did it. And Ash texted me. You are like, you will turn out to be like this. You'll turn out to be this friend. And I was like, yeah. So what? And Ash and I, we felt like our friendship was on the verge of ending. We were fighting. Now, when we were fighting, like I think Ash told Mina about what is going on with everything, like why we are fighting and all that. Now, Mina, she called me up like, do you have time? Can you talk to me? Like, तुम्हारा पास time है? Like, where are you? I have to talk to you. And I told her, Mina, I'm with my, because I was not aware of what they had, what kind of conversation they had. I was like, Mina, like, I'm just like so stressed right now, and I'm with my family, so I'll call you later, okay? And she was like, okay, do call me when you get home. And I did call her when I got home. So I was still now going back. Now I'm asking, because I don't want the fight to get bigger with Ash, because no matter what we are fighting, I still have my consciousness that I need Ash, because Ash is important to me. He is my true thick and thin. Whatever happened. But we are still friends. Like, I still care for him. Like, I still consider him as family. So I was calling Anjali to clarify and Anjali was ignoring my call, ignoring my text. She was telling me that she's in college, and she was like, I'll call you later. I called her more than 6 times. Now she blocked me. Now, when I reach home, I called Mina, and Mina was like, you are not a true friend. You cannot be a friend to anyone, you bitch. So I was like, Mina, what are you talking about? Why are you saying that? Like, I was pissed, but I couldn't process like what happened behind my back between that 4 hours. I don't know what happened. So I was like, what is wrong? Why are you saying that? And all of a sudden, and Mina, she got involved because she already had something against me. Like, she would always tell me, indirectly or directly, she would tell me, Lydia and who was that? Lydia and Amanda are my friend. You are stealing my friends from me. You are not their friend. You are not their first priority. She would tell me, I used to take it as a joke, but I did not know that she was serious about it. But, during that vacation, during that winter vacation, Amanda, me and Lydia, we are planning to go out. And then Mina, she included herself out of nowhere. And Lydia does not want to, include her. But she doesn't want to tell her that she's not included. So she was telling me to make all these plans to not include Mina. So I was doing that. Now Mina had all these grudges against me. And then she's telling me all those things. Like, she's telling me, like, you are the worst friend. You cannot be anyone's friend. You are a traitor and all that. And I was like, I have to cut this call. I don't know what's going on. So I cut the call, and I called Lydia, and I told Lydia that this is happening. Mina is saying this to me. I don't know what is going on. And Lydia was like, no, it's okay. I don't think she's just like that. You have to understand her as well. But Lydia, Anjali, and Mina, they knew everything what was going on. Lydia and Anjali knew everything what was going on, but they were not telling me. But and Lydia was playing two sides. She was playing good to me. She was speaking my call. She was talking to me, but also she was talking to, comforting, Mina about all these things, fueling more things to Mina. Now, at night, Mina called me again. She was like, you are like this. How dare you talk about my parents? How dare you talk about my relationship? Like, how dare you laugh at me? And I was like, I never did that. मैंने तो नहीं किया. Like, I'm a bitch, but I'll never bitch about your family, or I'll never bitch about things that you are insecure for. For example, I have so many friends who are fatphobic, and even I do if it's a family. But if someone tells me that they are insecure about it, I would never say that, because I would never want another person to go through what I went through, or joke about the insecurities, joke about what they fear. So I never did bitch about. See, I told you, right? Lydia and Ash were the people to tell me about all these things about Mina and her family. But now I was the one. She was blaming me. You are the one. You are the traitor. How dare you? I have like all this time in this friend, like, I have cared so much about. I thought you were my friend, but you are so shallow. You are so this. You are so that. And I was like, no, I did not say. But she was. I asked her. I genuinely asked her, Mina, who told you that? Who told you this? Like, I never said anything. Please tell me who is the person who is using my name to, tell all these things about me. I asked her, but she did not name the person. She kept on going. She kept on going. So I got so frustrated. I got so angry that I called her a bitch. You bitch, how dare you? And mind you, if my friends are friendly, on a friendly matter, I call my friends bitch. Ye ran hai, tu wo hai, tu ye hai. Per even when I'm angry, I respect my female friends. I never say bitch when I'm angry to them. It just comes out as a joke. But that time I was so angry that I called her a bitch. And then immediately after I called her a bitch, I apologized, okay? I apologized to her. I'm so sorry. Apart from all these things, all this anger, I'm so sorry. I should not have called you that. But she was like, tomorrow is my exam, you have ruined my exams. And now I'm talking to Ash. I called Ash, what is going on? What is going on? And Ash and I sorted out things. Everything like went back to normal. Everything went back together because we talked. There was communication. But now Mina is calling Ash, calling me back, bitching about, like telling us, you guys are so shallow, you guys deserve each other. When she first called me, she was like full on edge. Why would you do that to Ash now? And Ash told me that Mina, she was like, how dare you talk about someone's parents? How low would you be? How shallow are you? But now she told so many things about Ash family. Ash, yeah, Ash, bro. See? She is not making sense. And all that happened, and Lydia, I never say a word against Lydia. All that, I never say that, oh, Ash told me that about your family. Oh, Lydia told me about that, your relationship. Lydia bitch about you all the time. I never said that because I did not want to ruin their friendship. I still respected Lydia and I still cared for Lydia. I did not say anything. So if anyone is watching this who knew about this story, please, this is, I was also the bad guy, but I never bitch about Lydia. I never outed Lydia because I was genuine to her till the end. Now, after all that fight happened, Ash and I meet up, and then, Mina and I, we agreed that we will block each other, we'll never talk to each other. And Lydia and I were on call that night for 2 hours. We were talking, she was munching chocos, and then she was talking to me. She was like, this fight doesn't matter, these things doesn't matter. Like, she was not bringing it up. And we were talking like usual, and we ended the call, but behind my back she was talking to Mina as well. And in the whole fight, Amanda, she stayed still. And I don't blame her, but still, and sometimes we need, sometimes, ho jata hai na, like, they were right to say something when you think the situation is right. You have to say it, even though you don't want to participate in the argument, you don't want to participate there. But if you knew that someone was like right, or at least fair in that situation, I expected her to say something. But this is the problem with that group of, they were all from the same, so no matter what happens, or no matter how much they hate each other, they will eventually get back together. They will out the other person. And I was the outsider in that friend group. I feel bad for myself. Now, Lydia and I, we were still friends, but still then I got to know that she was telling this and that about me. At the same time, some things were going on, so I was avoiding her. And then I had a fight with another girl, she was bitching about my cousin, so I wrote an Instagram post. I wrote an Instagram post, and I posted it. So when I posted that, Lydia thought that I posted about her, so Lydia thought that post was for her. And now her ex-boyfriend again, he thought that I posted it about Lydia. And he took the screenshot, and he even liked my story. Now we are not friends anymore. He blocked me. And I don't know, maybe he sent her and all that, and Lydia was texting me a long paragraph like, how can you be my friend and all that. The worst come, and then she posted a status about the worst betrayal comes from my friend. But that was not about her. I tried to clarify, but she made up her mind, and it was never about her. You are not the only rich person in this planet. Oh my goodness, girl. So that's how the friendship ended. But this story might not be so elaborate or anything, and I'm still very sensitive towards it, but still I'm making a story time about it, because ignoring everyone, I was there for Lydia, but she was not there for me. I never outed her, but still then, she did outed me. So I think it was traumatizing for me. It became a reminder, now in college I have so many good friends, but I am unable to, reciprocate the same things. Like, I feel that maybe someday they will ditch me, maybe someday they will, discard me, because I've like there was all these things were so traumatizing to me. So this is the story time about the friend group. So did I traumatize them or did they traumatize me? So I'll leave you guys to judge, and thank you so much for watching my story time. Please keep supporting me, and let's reach 10k before December. That's my goal. So, and I was planning to post a video about my daily life. So if you guys are interested, please comment down below and I will post about it.